Okay, so for the first question here, where it's asking you to identify which graph best describes the movement of an object on which no net force is exerted. So what we're saying here is that the net forces on the object would have to be equal to 0 newtons. So the forces would be balanced, which tells us that that object is either going to be at rest or moving with a constant velocity. Okay, so if we look at this first graph, we're seeing that this is an object, the distance versus time graph is curved, which tells me that as each second ticks by, we're not covering the same amount of distance. So this is not a situation where you have a constant velocity. Constant velocity is going to be that straight line showing that the rate of change of distance over time being velocity, is constant. This is showing me a velocity that's actually increasing. As time ticks by, we're able to cover more and more distance every second. These gaps between seconds get bigger and bigger in that vertical direction, telling us that the amount of distance covered gets bigger. This is acceleration here. Here we've got acceleration on this side. Well, clearly there is an unbalanced force here because not only is the object accelerating, but the acceleration is increasing. So the force that's being applied to this object is actually increasing. So there's definitely not a net force of 0 acting on this object. Here we have an object with a constant acceleration telling us that there is an unbalanced net force that is continuously acting on the object. So we've just got constant acceleration, so this is also accelerating. Here we have distance versus time. As each second ticks by, we're covering the same amount of distance. This tells me that the object is moving with a constant velocity, and therefore this is the only graph that represents an object on which no net force is exerted. So this is the only object where that statement is true. So the correct answer here is D. Okay,